What is going on, you beautiful bunch of savages? Primetime 166 is finally here. We have an incredible night of fights scheduled, as always, here at Primetime MMA. 9 fights of pure virtual violence at your fingertips. Headed off with what remains of Maxy up against TB12 Markuss. Contenders galore in the top of that division right now. We're not going to waste too much time. We are a little bit late. Through some wonderful fuckery here this evening. We have finally got there, though. We apologize for the delays. The first fight of this evening is going to be between Counter Kurt up against Heisenberg. Joining me in the comedy booth to call all of the action is the ones and only fucking Roger Warhol, Doctor Motherfucking Who. How are we doing, lads?
Who's calling him Doctor Who? Is that what we're calling him now?
That's his name, bro. Doctor Who.
I didn't know that was his name. Are you serious? I thought it was like something else.
Nah, Doctor.
This is the Doctor for me. That's how this is the Doctor.
My duty's always been Doctor Who. I just go by Doc for the most part.
Maybe I'm blind. You know.
Maybe you are. But
yes.
what we aren't blind to is this middleweight division. So far, you got Please on one side, Pereira on the other. Bound to be. There's a few ways this can go. I mean, if you're Pereira, you want to stay on the feet, you'll do it, please. You probably want it on the ground sooner rather than later.
But, yes, it's...
Do it, please. DPP. Drickus.
Drickus is he's a bit of a wild card pick, Roger, mate. He hits so hard. Obviously, in this division, he's not exactly the most aesthetically pleasing in terms of striking skills, but he gets the job done. He walks people down. He really puts it on them. He does tend to mix in the grappling and the takedowns a little bit as well. But Alex Pereira, just an absolute specialist when it comes to the striking realm. Obviously, been working with Glover Teixeira, but let's be honest, he ain't pulling the ghillie anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, hot take. In my opinion, if we're going stats wise in the game, DDP might be the best pick at middleweight. He's got the grappling, he's got the striking, he's got a chin, he's got power too. He's got almost kind of everything. He's the most well-rounded out of everybody. So he might be the best pick at middleweight. Honestly, I'm surprised we don't see him more when we go middleweight. We see a lot more Alex Pereira, which honestly, I don't blame people. His striking is so much better than everybody else's. It's like if you can keep it on the feet, then you have a significant advantage there. But right now we're seeing Heisenberg, kind of get out scrambled here a little bit.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, so far you saw him shoot a takedown, then get reversed, and now he's got to retry and figure out if maybe on the feet is the correct shot. And he's seen a lot of small shots trying to work his opponent out, not really committing to a lot of damage. But this Pereira, on the other hand, so far has landed a few significant shots and seems to be catching him in a lot of places here so far, Roger.
Yeah, Heisenberg. I know who this guy is. I was like, who is this dude? I know this guy. I've been to a party with this dude one time. I was like, man, his name looks familiar. Yeah, Heisenberg. It's not like you can't strike with DDP. You could definitely strike with DDP. You could definitely get in there and do that. It's just Alex Pereira is so much better at it than everybody else in the division, except the Prime Izzy, in my opinion. I think Prime Izzy and Alex Pereira kind of get 50-50, in my opinion, on that one. With DDP, you can still strike really well. He has question mark. He has almost it all. It's just at this point, it's like, do you want to kind of stay in this range if you're Heisenberg, and are you going to completely give up on the wrestling just because he out scrambled you one time?
Sure.
I
mean, the thing is, both these guys have serious power. It's just the speed is going to be on the side of Pereira as well. Fighting on like the mid range is going to be a bit problematic, and on the inside you've got those knees. But for me, for Heisenberg, he's kind of green, red, has to be all the way in or all the way out. Obviously trying to set up those inside boxing combinations and takedowns. Does try a moment ago, gets reversed pretty quickly from Counter Kurt, doing a great job right now, anti-grappling his life off.
Yeah, I mean, but I do think Drickus needs to get this off the feet overall. Like, yeah, okay, bad chance for the scramble to begin with, but so far Pereira's looked more confident on the feet. He's willing to stand in front of Drickus for half of this and just wait there patiently. Like, if you're Druckus right now, coming to the second round, you need takedown. You need to feel a bit more comfortable on the feet. You need to do your damage there. Because as you mentioned, Roger, Pereira hits so hard, it's difficult to really engage, and even the hand speed is so slow. You saw that 10 to 25 single strikes into the favor of Pereira does not help the case either here.
Yeah, what makes this even harder is a 3-round fight. He should have played the stamina game since like the first second of the fight, because then at least maybe even if he lost, well, he did lose his first round, he could still try to take rounds 2 or 3 just off the stamina advantage. But I'm pretty sure he probably still has it. No, he doesn't. Damn. Yeah, see, you can't be playing like that. It's like I look at Pereira kind of like you look at Connor. You should never have more or less stamina than him. Should never be that way. His stamina is not good.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in this situation, you did something wrong. Something went wrong. You know, because this should never happen, especially when you have DDP, because DDP has better cardio than Alex. So, like I said, I think Heisenberg should wrestle.
I agree. You're not wrong at all. I do think that some part of it, maybe you're doing something wrong, but also Alex is doing a lot right now. He's been using the knees to the body very, very effectively any time that Heisenberg has tried to close the distance. I think that's probably having a bit of an effect, that and a couple of missed takedown opportunities. Difficult to say. There's still a lot of time, Doc, man. There's 3 minutes 30 left on the clock, and that's a lot of time for him to work and really turn this around. But so far, so good. Counter Kurt really, really bringing a kind of a complete striking game, an anti-grappling game to fruition here this evening so far, at least.
Yeah, a lot of the damage he has scored has been to the body, not necessarily the head, and it makes it look like there's just not been a lot going on this fight. Arguably, it's been a lot of his shots. None of them really stunning, none of them really doing damage. However, when you look at the body, you can kind of tell that, in fact, Alex Pereira is leading this fight because of the damage done to the body. Now getting the takedown, but every time he does, it's a quick get up, you bet back in. Druckus is walking forward, but then the uppercut's there to stop any type of body shots that Druckus wants to do. Those body jabs, effective, they're nice, but when you got an Alex Pereira who seems to be quite happy throwing that lead uppercut every now and again, it's a dangerous idea to get into.
Man,
I think Heisenberg, if he's going to commit to the striking, I think he's too focused on just landing like little touch shots here and there, and he's scared to trade, which he should be, right? But like I feel like he's not picking his spots wisely. He needs to set up a bigger shot, and he gets taken down. Damn, but but he needs to set up his shots wisely, in my opinion. He's not really trying to set up a rear hook. He's not really trying to set up anything big. He's just trying to touch him, and then when he does try to land something big, he's trading with him, which you just don't want to do against Alex. You're gonna lose that every time. Like that was a good counter uppercut right there. That's probably the best punch he landed, in my opinion, the whole fight. He needs to look for better shots, look for better openings in the exchanges in this match, because he's not finding it. He hasn't really found any success at all in the fight so far. I mean, he's getting takedowns, but then counter Kurt just gets right back up anyways.
Back up to your feet.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He needs to focus on landing something big. Now he needs to finish. He's down 2 rounds. This
and there's 20 seconds left. This
means nothing. Yeah, this means nothing. You got it, cool, but he needs a finish now.
You half stam out, and you get a drone drag there. It was an attempt that hasn't done anything. Pereira is cleanly up 2 rounds so far, mainly the damage. Coming to this 3rd round, Druckus is stammed low. His body is blinking in some regards. So, I mean, if you're Pereira right now, you just cruise. You don't have to push. You don't have to do anything. The only reason you're going to be pushing is to get some more points on the rankings. That way you can get in a higher spot later down the line. Both of these guys are debuts, so getting those a few more points gets him maybe 17, 18 instead of that 20th spot on PS right now, and will benefit him in the long run. But outside of that, I mean, this fight seems like it's his fight to lose.
Yeah, I mean, on that point, Counter Kurt has been a little bit more active on the amateur side of the division, 3-1 currently. On the amateur side, obviously both debuting on the live on the
nice.
circuit. Heisenberg 2-0. So Heisenberg actually undefeated right now. Big test for him, obviously on the live card. This guy's been a little bit more active. Had 2 more fights than him. But he gets clipped right there. He's really having to dig deep right now just to survive. But that power of Druckus, Duplessis can equalize the playing field if he's able to get a couple of big connections. Although this is the writing's almost on the wall, Roger. Looks like Alex Pereira is just kind of styling out there right now.
This is gonna sound so crazy, but I think he's fighting a little better right now than he was those last 2 rounds. Even though he got rocked, look, he's
willing to engage.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to say. He's this is what he was doing those first 2 rounds was not working.
Yeah,
I know he got rocked twice just now, but I swear he was doing way better this round than he was those last 2 rounds. It's just too late. Like your head health is so low. Everything's gonna rock you now, so it's gonna look bad. Like, look, everything's so low. It doesn't matter now. He waited too long. That was a great adjustment in that 3rd round. He just waited too long. Yeah, that's my opinion. You waited way too long to make that adjustment. You should have been fighting like that after you realized, like halfway through the first, even after the first, in the 2nd round, you should have been like, all right, I gotta engage. Like I have to commit to the striking. The wrestling's not gonna work. He's obviously landing way more than me. Like he didn't have a sense of urgency, in my opinion. Maybe he's a 5-round fighter. Maybe Heisenberg's better than 5-rounders. But he did not have a sense of urgency that he needed, in my opinion.
No, I think you're right there. End of the 1st round, early 2nd, that's really when he would have had to make the decision to bite down on that gum shield, really start marching forward and trying to turn up the pace a little bit. Wasn't able to do so, left it a little bit late, and countered Kurt, picks up a big W for himself. First win on the pro circuit, meaning that he will be fighting over here going forward, absolutely. Nice clean performance as well. I mean, very, very high land percentage, and then obviously got a number of stuns, body, head, and the knockdown to boot. Great work by him. I will say that we had 9 fights scheduled. The next one, if we go across and have a little look at the card, is meant to be Kieran Crow up against Matty D. That one, unfortunately, has had to be scrapped. But the good news for us, lads, is that we are going to be jumping straight ahead to the Art to... Is it the Art to Fate? A.K.A. Glock Duke.
8. It's of 8. It's of 8.
Say again?
That's the Art of 8.
I think it's to faint.
Yeah, either way, it's got an F in it. Fuck it, I don't know, man. But it's good. It is Glock Dukia, let's be real. Glock Dukia is in there, and he is going up against an absolute legend of primetime MMA and the esports community as a whole, stepping in on short notice at that. The one and only Smudger. UFC 4 GOAT on the PlayStation division, making a run back now on the UFC 5 side. 3-0 on the amateur section, gets an opportunity to come up and fight on the pro side. I'm excited to see this one. It's always a bit shit when you've got to make some changes on short notice, but when you end up with people like Smudger stepping in on short notice, it is a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, I'm happy that we get to see Smudger once again. I just think it's crazy that he wasn't moved up to the main card. I mean, he's a legend of primetime. You guys got him on the prelims. It's kind of wild, but hey, what do I know?
Bro, it's short notice for one. I fucking rearrange the entire card. Roger, I tell you what, you're doing matchmaking next week, bro. You've never done it before, but you're doing matchmaking next week.
We've already rearranged the main event 3 times. The rest of the card doesn't need to be done.
Just saying. Yeah.
Just saying. Well, you were just saying something, you mother.
Well, these are 2 picks in welterweight you rarely see. Jack Delamain being used by Smudger. The Art of the 8 coming in with a lovely little clinch there as Cam's at shooting the takedown, going straight down. And into half guard he goes, really just trying to pounce on as much as he can. The sprawl position going for the attempt does so. The back against cage, but the quick backside negating that. Power transitions being used in quick succession here by Smudger.
He doesn't want to be on the ground. Smudger's a veteran, man. He knows the score. Doesn't want to be grounded that early, especially against Chimaev. Problem is Chimaev, especially on this game, man. Problem on the feet and on the problem on the mat. Striking power, definitely there, Roger, but also obviously his grappling on another level.
I like what Jaden's doing with the lead body hook. Jaden's doing a good job landing the lead body hook. Tries to get another takedown there, was not successful. I don't think Jaden should force the wrestling, but I'm not mad at the takedowns. But that lead, he needs to commit to the lead body hook. Smudger hasn't really picked up on it yet. Yeah, he blocked one of them right there, but that's because he threw 2 body shots in a row. Like, see right there? Oh, he got rocked for it.
Beautiful. Smudger's feeling himself here.
Power Jack down the man are really coming out tonight. Cam's out. The grappling looked good. He definitely wants to go back on it. Got to be a bit more careful of the stamina, arguably, especially as Smudge has picked up on the fact that he wants to grapple, so he's peppering that body non-stop, so he has to be careful. But again, 2 minutes on the clock, it's enough time to get on the ground if he can hit that, and I think he should, especially with how Smudge is playing on the feet right now.
Yeah, Smudge looks sharp right now. Smudge looks really sharp right now.
Yeah,
people
thought that he lost the step a little bit after UFC 4. I'm telling you, he ain't lost anything, bro. He's an absolute killer. Always has been, always will be. Finds a way. Like, some people are just gamers, right? Like they always find a way to do it. And when you let them get a lead like this in the beginning, man, you really have to dig deep to be able to turn that around. He's hard enough to fight on the best of days, even if you get a bit of an advantage over him. But then this guy get out in front so much. That was a good crack right there from Jeremiah. Like I said, he's still got the power, Doc, and that's something that he definitely has to be aware of as another couple start to find their way through that block.
Yeah, I mean, one big counter by Chimaev can definitely start evening up the fight in many ways. The power, as you can constantly mentioned, is similar to that, and even the fact that Khamzat is slightly bigger. He's a big guy for welterweight, for middleweight, let alone welterweight. He has that length, he has that reach. He can use if he plays his cards right. But so far, he's just wanting to engage in the pocket with Smudge, and so far I think that's paid off in Smudge's favour. Sure, a few more steaming strikes going into the favour of Glock Dukia here, but the stun and the overall strike favoured Smudger for probably a round one in his favour so far.
Yeah, definitely hit around for my money. Quite clearly. Oh, great little start. The Artemis did it the first round as well, though, Roger. He started quickly. He's got to be able to continue this pace. He can't let Smudger settle in at any point during this round.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't like how close Jaden's letting Smudger get. Smudger's doing a great job of closing the distance and keeping this. I think that being in this range favors Smudger, like you guys were saying. I think Jaden needs to go back to the lead body hook, though. The jabs to the body, I feel like are good when they're like backing up or if they're at range. But Smudger's so close to you, I feel like you're not getting as much for it as you probably would if Smudger was fighting like at this range right here. But honestly, Jaden's finding good counters in this round better than he was in the last round. He's got Smudger now finally backing up because Smudger was kind of walking him down towards the end of that last round. Yeah, see, Smudger's pretty sharp right now.
Yeah.
Eye that range. Jaden cannot fight in that range. It's too close.
Smudger's good on his swallow-up shots. Once he lands one, he can find a home for the second. On the other hand, Glock seeming like he's better with just that point fight. He can land one, he can give one, he can back off, he can reset. Playing at this length game is what he wants. That straight's landed 3 times now, including those 2 just there. Nice. The uppercut coming and the takedown going, but manages to stop it.
Yeah, Smudger's all over that takedown defense right now. Did get caught in a big way there from the Art of 8, who is starting to find his rhythm right now. But once again, cannot rest on his laurels, has to absolutely keep that pressure on. The more he gives up, any space for Smudger to find his way back into this fight, or back into this round, he'll live to regret it if he lets it happen.
Nice defense. Yeah, it's crazy because Jaden has slightly more head health. Not by a lot, but a little more head health than Smudger right now. Smudger's really doing a really good job working the body of Jaden. That's why the stamina is kind of at a big discrepancy right now. Because Jaden's not throwing nearly as much as Smudger.
There you go.
Smudger's just working the body very well. Like I said, Jaden needs to work his body back, in my opinion, and get out of this range. My goodness. This range is what's killing him, in my opinion. He's got, people, it's crazy. Khamzat has really long arms. To be honest, he really does.
Yeah, he's massive.
You can kind of like fight. Yeah, I was about to say he's massive for this weight class, so you can kind of fight from like the outside and touch him in a range that he can't touch you at. And I don't think Jaden is taking advantage of that. He's letting Smudger get too close. Yeah, this is too close.
Doc was saying earlier, obviously the straight, and I think that is definitely his most successful tool right now. That, and obviously the uppercut that lands like it was what is a straight. 'Cause he kind of throws it really long. I do like and he gets that one. I do like the mix-ups with the takedowns. He hasn't got many of them, if any, actually. But other than the very first one. But the
Probably
mix-ups
needs a
themselves.
finish now, though.
Say again?
I think he needs a finish now, though.
Yeah. I think you'd be correct. I mean, you had team strike 17-8 in the favour of Smudger. However, the head health definitely is in a place where it can do it. So head health that's extremely lower compared to Kamzat. The most success Smudger's had so far is the fact that when he walks forward, he forces Kamzat to feel like he's pressured to throw. And then as soon as he's pressured to throw, he lets shots fly that he shouldn't do, makes mistakes, and Smudger counters. At this range, though, as you're seeing, when Kamzat's the one leading the charge, when he's on his front foot, controlling that distance, that straight's landing a lot more, and it's doing a lot more damage because it's getting the full extension.
You got
Nice,
Jaden
nice.
Jaden needs to stay confident. He's over here biting on feints and thinking too hard. He pulled the uppercut that he should have just let go. Said fuck it. You know, he's got Jaden thinking. Jaden needs to just let his hands go.
And this guy reigned at the top of the PlayStation division for what felt like forever on UFC 4. Like, holds records for
Oh
most
my
pass
gosh, that was
everything.
so.
And it came down to his fight IQ is the thing. He's excellent mechanically on the game, but like his fight IQ is up there, absolutely. And he will, like Roger was saying a moment ago, he'll make you bite on feints because he's overloading you with different options. He's giving you different tools. You know, we throw that jab out and kind of give you the same look, but then he'll end it with something different each time just to kind of keep you on your toes.
Jaden is falling for these feints. He needs to just let his hands go. Like, you got 2 minutes to work. You need a finish. I would just let my hands go. I wouldn't stay in front of him, but I'm trying to keep him at this range right here. Okay? This is too close right here. He needs to start with a jab or straight and then try to set up a hook. Because his head health is so low, you can get a rock and then possibly a finish. You know, it's not like out of the realm of possibility for Jaden to get it. There you go. You didn't get the rock that time, but you see it did so much. His health health so low. Another one of those, you probably get a rock.
Things as well, though, is they're both in the state where if whoever throws first, if the other one lands a big count, you get the stun more likely. And so, like, for Smudger, he's kind of waiting. He doesn't want to overthrow, so his stamina isn't too long to cause the stun. And it's kind of the same with Glock here. He doesn't want to overthrow and then allow Smudger an easy rock like he did earlier on in this fight.
Oh, wow.
Nice!
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice! He should have went to the body. He should have just started going to the body to set up the headshot right there. He just stared at him. There's 30 seconds left and you need to finish. Why did you just stare at him? Oh my goodness.
This fight's close, I mean, but like, again, he's 2 rounds up. Even if Art takes this round, it's...
Man. That was a blunder. He rocked him and then decided to stare at him because he's blocking. Like, man, you gotta go to the body there. I don't know why Jaden gave up on the body.
I think he was hoping for the knockdown. If he got the knockdown, because the uppercut landed,
Yeah,
the game didn't give him a knockdown. Which
Yeah,
is
but he was stunned for like an extra 5 seconds and he just looked at him. And mind you, you know how people, when they lean, if you go to the body when they lean, sometimes you get a flash stun. Sometimes you get the stun just off them leaning and you go into the body when they lean. He should have went to the body, maybe double up on it. Even if you only go once and then one to the head, there's a chance he goes, okay, he's hit me to the body when I lean. Let me drop my guard. The second punch might hit him in the head. You might get another rock or a drop. You could jump on it, ground and pound. You got Hamzat. Why you just stare at him? You have to finish him. There's 30 seconds left. Take the risk at this point. You know, you're already losing. But it is what it is. You know?
Yep. Well, lads, fun fight in the box. Smudger answering the call on short notice and walking away with a big victory, looking very, very good here this evening. Clean performance from him. Obviously, a tough one for his opponent, Glock Dukia, the Art of 8, who, credit to him for taking that fight on short notice as well. Bit of an opponent change-up, absolutely, going up against somebody of Smudger's caliber. But with that being said, we move upwards and onwards to the next one. We have... Corson. I'm Corson is his name in the Discord. Gonna pull up this guy's record right now. Because obviously he's been making a bit of a run here, I believe, on the amateur side. 3-1 on the amateur side. Gets his pro debut going up against Deadpoolly, who is ranked number 12 in the division. And he's ranked number 12 actually off 0-0-1. The only performance he's had is a draw. It's crazy, man. He's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. He had one pro fight He is currently 0-0 with 1 draw. Representing K1 himself as well, Deadpool stepping into the octagon here this evening. We'll have to see how this one goes. I'm Corson is using Paddy motherfucking Pimlet. And of course, on the opposite side, Deadpool is going Islam Maxy. Did you say have they buffed him? I don't know.
Yes. They did.
They did buff him.
They gave him like a 95 chin. He's actually good now. He's actually
he's like got 92 punch power as well. He's like a decent pig.
But he's not like a crazy pig, but he's
it's
definitely way more usable than he was like, a month ago. Like a month ago, he was probably like, not somebody you'll see anybody pick unless they're trolling.
Sorry, now, 95 power.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was 95 chin, but yeah, it's 95 power. Yeah, that's what I say.
And chin.
Oh, yeah, also, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And 94 recovery. Like, he's a solid pick nonetheless.
Yeah.
He's not Islam Makhachev.
He's good. Yeah, exactly. He's not an Islam, but definitely, like, a good pick now. Like, we probably are going to see a lot more patties now because he it's crazy. He's got good kicks, for some reason. I've never seen this dude throw a question mark kick in my life, but I think he has one. I mean, the dude has jiu-jitsu. He has the striking, right? I mean, he's kind of like a good all-around pick if you wanted to do anything with him, honestly.
Well, I mean, so far, Makhachev is the one just digging this body. We saw Smudger last fight dig down to the body. This time, though, Makhachev is using the punches and the kicks all to his body. That rear body kick and the teeps has landed cleanly. So another one smacks in, and you're already seeing the damage it's doing to the stand bar as time goes on. Only half a round in so far, and it's already a massive discrepancy here, Roger.
Yeah, he needs to. A lot of people aren't picking up on the body shots, I feel like, tonight. That's like the third fight in a row where somebody's body was kind of getting ate up. But nice hook. Oh. Nice well-timed hook from McCorson. He tried to do the combo. The combo that everybody...
Lovely.
I feel like everybody has that combo in their bag. When somebody gets rocked, they do that little...
Slip hook chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be original, okay? Like, stop riding the slip hook dick, okay? Like, can we get creative in here?
No,
what are we doing
slip
here?
And hook. Slip and hook. Nah, I don't care.
It's like slip hook, uppercut, straight hook, like some bullshit. Like
overhand just for this.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's effective. It's effective, but like there's no creativity. Like I know the game allows for it. Like when somebody's rocked, you want to just break their block off the bone and get the drop there. I get it. But damn, like I'm tired of seeing that shit. I'm gonna be real. Like, god damn. But hey, whatever. Do you?
Weirdly, so although Makhachev has done a lot of damage, right? I think Paddy's up this round so far.
I think he got a rock.
Yeah, Paddy got 2 rocks, I think.
Yeah, he got 2 rocks,
Because he sidesteps the teep and he managed to counter with a lovely hook over the side. So pretty solid counters. And now he's in this position. If he gets a bit more ground and pound going, I think he'd be fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, even the body shots here do quite a lot. Lovely little deny. Maybe we'll get to see stats. That's split, though. That could go either way. Probably more Paddy.
I would say, I mean, I always prioritize the rocks. Because that's how I think the game...
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think that's how the game prioritizes it. Don't respond. Don't respond, Cyrus. She's... Oh, yeah, okay. I was trying to say... Listen, she told us a story yesterday. She rolled down a hill and hit her head on a tree, so you got to understand what comes with that, Cyrus.
The funny thing is, I've spoken to Brie a few times. I ain't not surprised.
Oh, okay.
I'm not surprised. I mean, look, I'm Corso, especially with this updated Paddy Pimlet. He can do a lot, and the fact that he was able to get some grappling in the last round up against Islam shows his confidence in that domain. Starting to get engaged a little bit by Deadpool as well. That clinch is pretty heavy. See, the thing is, right now, I don't think Corson's in a camp, and may have seen me put in the K1 emote a moment ago. Deadpool is representing K1, one of the more established camps on the PlayStation division. Had a couple of champions now. And obviously he's going to have a corner there as well, trying to help make reads and adjustments as this fight progresses. And that's the thing about having a camp and having a strong corner, is that it does help mean that you become more difficult as time goes on in each fight, because you're able to get reads on your opponent on how they're adjusting to you.
Yeah, I like this approach from Deadpool. That last round was a little closer than he probably liked. He was doing pretty good on the feet, but he got rocked twice. The 95 power is definitely coming in handy for McCorson. I wonder why he chose to get up, but hey, whatever, you know. Hey, what happened to the big ass mug you be having? You just give up on that? Cyrus, I'm talking about you, Cyrus.
Say again?
You? Oh, I'm just saying, what happened to the mug? Like the big teacup?
Oh, right.
Did you just...
there's a long story behind that, bro. There's a long story behind that.
I'm
ill as fuck. Peppermint is what I was drinking in that, so it's like a big peppermint thing. I'm not drinking peppermint anymore. That's basically it. No, normal cup of tea for you, mate. Normal cup of tea.
Okay, I was like, damn, you pulled out the Superman cup. I'm so used to that big ass cup. I'm like it's like a bowl. Like you were just like drinking out of a bowl in my face. I'm like, all right.
I needed it, bro. I needed it. Coulson, is forcing a little bit more grappling out of Deadpool right now. I like his approach. He's using a little stutter step backwards to try and manage his range very effectively.
You saw Smudgy doing the exact same thing last time. This is kind of going the same way, it feels like, in some regards. I mean, again, the Stam, though, definitely in the favour of Oz. Islam, he can point a bit more, get a bit more aggression out. Both of them are kind of keeping the head very much on the centre line in some regards. Also, the fact you saw their block getting overcommitted to the front, opening for the overhand maybe later down the line. But for right now, we've got a bit of the grappling going on. Lovely deny. Bulgiola going into the favour of Paddy if he wants to go all the way to side control. Instead, though, gets to Kimura, could go for the armbar or a deny, go straight for it, fakes it, gets denied. And that's the end of round 2.
Yeah, I'm going to give that to Deadpool. I think it was a great adjustments by him. I think the takedowns were a smart adjustment. You know, they slowed down McCorson, and it gave Deadpool a chance to get his hands going a lot more than they already were going. I think it kind of sped McCorson up, in my opinion. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but McCorson kind of like picked up the volume a little bit. He's just trying to touch him at this point, towards the end of that round. You know, it's kind of bringing the desperation out of McCorson. Lovely. I think Deadpool should stay patient and continue to mix in the takedowns. I think it's smart. He might not be getting much with it, but it's having an effect on the fight, which is what you want, you know? He won that last round, I think, because of it.
Yeah, I mean, even in sprawl position, it's nice to be in backside just for the fact you can get stand up, but also sprawl, you can do so much damage to the body, and given all the damage he's already done, I don't think it's a bad idea just to sit in sprawl for a bit and just hammer the body whilst denying. Now we go into the back positions. Full mount gets denied, sorry. Bit of a stally position, not much. Few subs offers. Game not really offering a lot though. Now you're seeing the sprawl position. Got to be careful here though, because if the game likes you, you have an issue. Now it doesn't. Now you're into the backside again. Just going around in circles, it feels like. But again, when you're the one on top, you've already done a lot of your damage. If you keep your opponent here, he doesn't. It's going to give it a short amount of time that Paddy has to do any real damage later on the feet.
Well, I mean, I saw our very own Podgy in the chat saying that Deadpool is apparently a champ over in TC. So I assume he's pretty well versed everywhere. I think we're seeing a pretty balanced approach from him. The striking, he was getting some of his shots in, but it wasn't really 100% going his way. So the little bit more grapple heavy from him is probably a smart move here in this third round. Only a minute 50 left in the round. The more he can kind of minute win right now, or second win even, the better it'll be for him. But a big reversal. Got to remember there, Roger, obviously Paddy Pimblett, absolutely a menace on the mat.
Yeah, I agree. I'm surprised McCorson wasn't trying to get to this position before when he was getting taken down. This is bad for Deadpool though, because this round's really close. I don't know who's winning. I'm gonna be honest with you. it's kind of hard to tell. A lot has happened. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to give like it's not obvious, is what I should say.
So it's 1-1 going into this. I think for the fact that Deadpool's just landed that hook there and the grappling you saw at the beginning, I lean Deadpool, but this is UFC 5 judges. UFC 5 judges don't have eyes.
I was gonna say that probably just stole the round right there.
That probably did just steal the round.
Yeah, and nice taunt the loss.
Oh.
No, I'd be so pissed. He's like, oh my gosh, he didn't get a rod for it.
Overhand with the
Hail Mary, and it landed.
It landed and didn't do anything.
And Paddy Pimblett won it.
Won.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
It's because of that rock.
That rock.
It was a close round. It was kind of a close round.
It really was. It really was, man. Look, I have to give it, man. Like, Jesus. Coulson, coming from the amateur side, getting a big W. Like I said, we haven't seen a major amount of Deadpool over here. I know he had fought on the amateur side. I don't have his record to hand. He was 0-1 on the pro circuit. Now finds himself 0-1. I know we'll see him bounce back, I'm sure. Like I said, from what Pudgy was saying, he is currently champion over in TC. So I think that, he's an active guy. Definitely has some skills. Tonight, definitely not his night as Coulson gets a massive victory. To do that on your pro debut up against a tough opponent, I think that's a solid win for him right there. With that one in the bag, though, lads, it moves us on to what is now our main card. We'll have a little bit of a look at it here. We have what is scheduled to be 5 fights of nothing but pure virtual violence. We mentioned earlier, Doc, that we had Smudger stepping in on short notice. Obviously, he was the UFC 4 GOAT over on the PlayStation division. And funny that that's being said, because we have the UFC 4 GOAT of the Xbox division stepping into the cage right now as well. And that is we have BFAP motherfucking Trixie stepping in there against Cleaning Tuber. The old guard v the new. Cleaning Tuber has been incredibly active in this season, finding himself ranked number 15th. Trixie is 1-0 on the amateur side, getting his pro debut for the season. I'm excited to see which way this goes, how Trixie is coming back after a long layoff, and just very, very importantly as well there, Doc, how Cleaning Tuber kind of stacks up, being the new guard up against such a seasoned veteran of the community.
Well, apparently I did see in chat earlier that Trixie and Mix-Ups have been sparring each other. Mix-Up, the current Xbox champion, and apparently Trixie was causing some chaos for Mix-Ups during that period. So, you never know. Maybe, in fact, maybe we do see the return of the old Trixie, like we've just seen with Smudger earlier here tonight. As they load in, you got Clean Tuber with Sean O'Malley. Trixie, not with Usman, but with Peter Yan, one of his other favourite picks from the UFC 4 time.
I will just jump in real quick as well and say that, crazy as this may sound, this is the first fight that we've had tonight where the guy wasn't like full American Psycho and playing without sound. These guys actually have sound on. That's amazing for a start. Credit where credit is due.
I think it may just be the PS streaming.
Is it really? Is it PS?
Yeah,
no. If you stream off the PlayStation, there should be sound.
I
that's
thought there
strange.
should be. I mean,
I used to stream off the PlayStation. There's definitely sound.
But Trixie, the GOAT of UFC 4, stepping in here. But the other point I wanted to make is that you say about him training with Mix-Ups. They've been doing that for a long time. That actually is one of the main reasons I believe Mix-Ups was elevating his game. Kind of went from the gatekeeper of the division to the champion. I think a lot of it was the rounds that he was putting in with Trixie. Was really able to kind of round out some of the areas he was making slight mistakes. I said Trixie is a tricky customer out here, Roger. He has a lot of tools, but he cannot take somebody like Cleaning Tuber lightly, who has been incredibly active and has fought the who's who in the division right now.
Yeah. Cleaning Tuber's been looking really good. I like where his hands have been. But Trixie, I think, is a true test to see if he's ready for that next level.
peppering shots here across the board, up and down, left and right. Both of these guys are fighting a fast pace. I mean, I agree there's a point to be made about being a faster pace than Trixie normally fights at, but Tuber's giving as good as he's getting. He's making sure to get out of dodge where he can. He is getting clipped a few more times. I think his head health is slightly worse, but 2 minutes on the clock in this round 1. And so far, there is no signs of this pace stopping, and instead just increasing as Tuber lands that combo towards the end there.
Yeah, I mean, but with this being a faster pace than Trixie normally fights, it's because Trixie's normally fighting 5-round fights. Let's be real. It's a 3-round fight for him. He's got to get a little bit more active. He's got to start this fight a little quicker. And the other part of it, Roger, is that he's up against cleaning motherfucking Tuber, who absolutely does not... He does not have boring fights, this guy. He lives and dies by the sword. He's always trying to push the pace. And you can see that happening once again here this evening, as he's trying to march down Trixie and trying to showcase to him and the rest of the world that he is him right now. That he is obviously on that march to the top of the division.
Yeah, I like the adjustments he's been making. He started kind of slow in this fight, but honestly, slowly but surely, he's making a lot of the right adjustments to keep himself in the fight. He's still losing right now, but honestly, he's not too far behind Trixie right now. I think he needs to just keep making these small, minor adjustments that he's been making, and he may see himself win. It's still close. I would say Trixie's edging it out in my opinion, but Cleaning Tuba's not fighting stupid. He's not doing anything stupid. He's just letting his block get punched a little too much, in my opinion. But other than that, I mean,
beautiful.
There you go.
Damn.
Oh, saved by the bell, arguably.
Right,
yeah, again, no, it's only the fact that Clean Tuber is staying a bit too long in the pocket, where Trixie's moving out fairly quickly. Tuber's just staying there a bit too long. He's having that one big clip, and that's kind of what's really doing the damage here. Because otherwise, they're mildly pretty much the same. It's neck and neck nearly all the time outside of the fact that Trixie's just getting one good head movement moment in which he's landing a big stun. The overhand comes there. Now he's engaging, waiting to reset, and then pushes to pace. Drops him again, goes down for the finish. So at the end of round 1, now going straight at it.
Oh my god, I thought that was it.
Oh my gosh,
when he
I thought it
landed
was
the last
done.
strike, Rog. How did that happen?
I don't know. I thought he was done too.
How is he not unconscious?
I'm not gonna lie, Ben Jamie made a good call there, but it is too late. He did definitely need more teeps in the beginning. Like I said, he was making good adjustments toward the second half of the last round. I think it's just everything he's doing is too late. Like his head health is so low, his block is so low. It's too late now. Like now you gotta like get creative and gotta get lucky, you know? Because now everything's so low, it's like you can't really take as many risks, and you can't play you can't play too slow. And you're so far behind.
I will put this out there. We have AO Pudgy in the chat, and he remembers, man, one of the absolute veterans of the community. Mr. Round 2 is Swift Trixie. He always used to fight 5-round fights, but the vast majority of all of his finishes came in round 2. Like this guy, I don't know what it is. I think he just he lomas it in the first round. He just makes those reads and then turns it up. But now he's getting caught. Oh!
On the overhand. No, managed the game. Luckily keeps him in after robbing him.
No way they let him finish him right there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time left in this round. That's what's crazy.
Oh, the stun comes out.
Ooh.
Bit of drama adding to the tension. The up kick saving more.
He needs to watch for the straight.
Oh,
Nice. He needs to watch for the straight punch. Clean too. Nice uppercut though. Oh shit. They're both scared to get rocked now. They know how close it is. Oh my gosh. Oh no, side control.
Lovely little power transition there, going straight into that half guard, not waiting any time. Little small right punches and making the head health blink. Probably going to be looking for top mount if he can get it, but he's got to fake correctly. Goes to the side control instead. Not about full GA. Allows him to get that full guard position. Neutral position all around, offers the armbar, the triangles, could even get a flip over if he can get one deny, especially with the GA now going into his favour. And the triangle choke there.
If he gets this, doesn't this kind of give him the round? Because they both have knockdowns, right? Oh no, actually no, because Trixie has more knockdowns, right?
Yeah, it's also so fucking tiny in terms of that sub bar. It gives Trixie, it's arguably still in Trixie's favour, but the elbows could be a damaging thing here. Also helps with the stamina that Trixie was leading with earlier. It's now kind of neck and neck.
This is a really, really good fight.
Yeah, these
I still don't count Clinty 2 was still in it. He might need a finish, but he's still in it. Yeah, he only got one knockdown to Trixie's 3. The sub attempt might have some way in there, but 3 knockdowns is still 3 knockdowns.
Yeah.
Clinty 2 probably needs a finish, but man, this is an entertaining fight, and I don't think he's out of it. I don't think he's out. He could still low-key pull something out.
Absolutely. One hell of a way to kick off the main card right here. Cleaning Tuba up against the OG himself. The one and only BFAP Trixie. They touched them up for round 3. My money, Cleaning Tuba probably needs a finish right now. The good news for both guys is that their head health is in absolutely spitting range of being knocked out. Like, it's not looking good for either guy.
Oh.
He's overcommitting. He needs to not overcommit. He needs to not overcommit. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Trying to go for the side control, not getting touched. Now goes for that gets denied. Going for another side control, gets denied though himself. Both of these guys are playing a fantastic grappling game here. As you see, Trixie finally taking control, but back into half guard. Trixie's got the knockdown. He can play for cool, but Trixie so far has shown that he wants to finish. He's going to try for a finish, and oh, by God, we may see a finish at this, right? Even with 3 minutes 30 seconds left in the third and final round. Yeah. I'm scared he's going to do the overhand and get clipped again.
Honestly, I think Clinty Tuba needs a lead hook straight head kick. It might land.
Oh, God, the rear hook.
Only say that because Trixie keeps slipping. So, I mean, you might as well just go for it at this point because he's slipping to the lead hook, goes straight. The blocks, come over to the front right. Head kick probably drops him.
Oh. That head health is non-existent. And the block is non-existent either.
I know, this dude's blocking.
Oh my goodness. That's knockout of the night right there for my money.
Trixie is peppering his jab for his block off of that jab, man. Hey, what can you do with that kind of block? When Trixie's just pushing your block with a jab like that the whole round, you really gotta kind of catch him and then capitalize on it. It is what it is. Clinty Tuba fought a great fight. Trixie, just a veteran in there, gets the job done.
Absolutely. Beautiful knockout, entertaining fight. Dog may be right, that might be fight of the night so far. And for my money, that's knockout of the night for Trixie at the moment as well. Incredible fight. Very, very fun to kick off this main card. We talked about veterans of the community, people who have been active, known around the entirety of the UFC 5 community, and the same can be said about the next two that's up right now. We have Ali DP10 up against the one and only fucking Ginger Ninja stepping into the octagon. I'm not going to waste time, lads. We're going to get into it. These guys have been around the block. They've fought the who's who. Up against each other, they're actually 1-1, not under PrimeTime's banner, but in terms of total fight time against each other. Looks like we're getting Robert Whittaker against Albert. Go on.
I was going to say, I played Siege with Ali a while back. It was probably a year or two ago. He's ass.
That's
but he's but he's pretty good at this game, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say that was so off comic. Like so off.
There was something there, but who knows?
I thought you were going somewhere with it, but no, you just took the opportunity to call this guy ass at Siege.
Yeah, sold my shit. I did not forget. He sold the fuck out of me. But hey, whatever, He's pretty good at this,
Well, we're about to find out who is the better one between these two. Ginger as Robert Whittaker already pushing the pace against the cage. Ali as Anderson, the Spider Silver, going for his Truden tries kickboxing roots. As you're seeing, Ginger just missed that body shot there at the end of his combo.
We don't see Robert Whittaker anymore. I miss.
Because you got Pereira and Izzy.
I know, but I remember there was a time this is all we would see, and now it feels weird that we don't see him at all.
Toolman syndrome being out of the game back from UFC 4 as well helps. So you just have the taller fighters are now just as quick, if not quicker in some cases, but Well, that's Ginger probably wanted some of the takedown threat there, I'd imagine, as well. Also, it's Prime Whittaker, so it's got, I think, better recovery stats and a few other bits and pieces that make him quite good, that you can close in the range, especially against someone like Ali who wants the kickboxing. It means you can land that rear hook cleaner over the top when Ali misjudges the kick and the distance on it.
Nice. Whoa, that was kind of crazy. I mean,
oh, there you go.
Thing is, Ali's so creative, man, but he takes a lot of risks. Like that. That's
I was about to say, it's very creative what he's doing, but it's very risky. Like I'm not gonna say it's dumb or smart because it's like what works for everybody has their own style. Like everybody's gonna be unique to their own thing, and I don't mind seeing styles like this as long as you make it work. You know, if you can make it work, then you make it work. You know. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, it's so random. You're not thinking he'd do the shit he's doing, but he does it. You know, it's working.
I mean, something
I like
also that something else that Ginger's got to be careful of here is the check hook does exist, and Ali has landed it twice now, nearly. Like, every time Ginger has thrown that lead hook in a committed combo, Ali's just checked the hook and landed it cleanly, so it is doing that damage there as well.
I don't know what I think Ali's getting ready to throw another flying knee. I can see him revving up right now. He's about to throw it soon. It's coming.
No, he's just trying some clinch knees with Anderson's 5-star knees.
No, he's setting it up. He's setting it up. Setting it up. Watch. Coming. Right here. Right here, watch. Here it comes. Okay, he didn't throw it. I thought for sure he was about to throw right there. This is how Scorpion thinks he fights and wants to fight. Ali's doing what Scorpion wishes he could do. You know? Like, Scorpion does a lot of this, like, crazy stuff with the switch kicks and the kicks that he wants to set up and the flying, you know? Everything that Ali is doing, this is what Scorpion needs to get in the lab with this guy so he can take a page out of Ali's book, you know?
Ready to fight? Ready.
Bring out Scorpion during my fights again and see what happens. Bro, you guys have a similar style. If anything, I complimented you. You do it better. You know? Yeah. You do it slightly better.
Nice.
Look at this.
I like the mix-ups to the body with the striking as well, throwing it straight to the body in between. A couple of hooks there. Doing it a little bit on high variance, making sure he's not going to get caught or countered with a big uppercut, at least so far. Beautiful work, man. Really set up those combinations. Ginger has to dig deep, has to find a way to really set his feet and land some big damage as he was in the beginning parts of round one.
Yeah, uppercut definitely a start there again. I feel like Ginger wants to brawl, he wants to box, but he just can't quite get the distance. Ali's managing to stay outside of that black line hold to center of the octagon. The damage that he's landed is commanding the respect, and so Ginger's a bit on the more scared side to push.
Gosh.
A wild kick there
It's
as well.
crazy. You see him have such great defense, such great patience, and then he does shit like, he just throw a random jumping switch kick to the head.
Uh-oh.
He gets the rock with the
this
uppercut.
clinch work. I'd love to see more of this clinch work by Ali.
Beautiful, man.
There you go.
Fliney.
His body is mint.
Fliney, here it is.
If he doesn't throw another flying knee for the rest of this fight, I will laugh my ass off, Roger.
I will hate him.
You've been
He's
saying
not
it for the last
throwing it on
3.5
purpose.
minutes.
He's not throwing. Yeah, I told you.
there you
Sarah. I told you. Aha! I knew you wanted to throw it again. Ooh, he prays to him. Uh-oh. Man, Ginger been throwing hook a lot.
Oh
My
That was crazy.
goodness. Send him to the land and win the whispers. Ali DP 10. Getting a bit wild out there tonight. Get a bit creative.
And Ali and Scorpion basically the same guy. That was crazy. Look at that uppercut though. That slip uppercut. Basically the same guy.
Bro, you're a troll. You're a troll incarnate. That's what it is. Yeah, fuck. beautiful performance from Ali T. Like I said, a very risky, very kind of unorthodox, but he's able to get the job done. Credit where credit's due.
I mean, it does the trick.
Yeah. I mean, well, you either get the knockout in spectacular fashion, or you don't. You're the one that's getting face down on the canvas right there. But great win for him. Obviously, advances him up in the rankings. He's now 3-1. Nice little win. The next one up is going to be between Drake and Woolly Genius. I believe this one, Doc, is on the Xbox division. Am I mistaken?
PS.
Oh yes, okay.
A1 Drake.
Both guys are 1-0 currently in the PlayStation division. Be interesting to see how they stack up against each other. We're gonna not waste any time, get straight into it. Lightweight is the weight class, Roger. We're having Edson Barboza up against Mark DeCasey.
Sorry, what in the world?
No, is he changing it? Motherfucker.
I'm gonna say,
I don't say Mark DeCasey's an absolute mental pick.
Have you seen a Jens Pulver for the third week in a row? Is that what we're about to see?
Well, we're seeing Tony Ferguson.
These guys had to lie
Is
to
it
me.
Prime
Yeah,
Tony?
okay.
That's Prime Tony, though, right?
I mean, the Edson Barboza versus Mark DeCasey, I may have preferred just for the absolute wildness of it, but I won't decline a Tony Ferguson versus Jens Pulver here. The shortest man in the lightweight division, but also hits like a truck, versus the man whose chin is literally made of something other than adamantium.
Yeah, well, Jens Pulver has 98 power for some reason, so.
Well, we're seeing the clinch attempts. Looks like Jens Pulver is the one who wants to start grappling the Tony Ferguson.
Jens Pulver is a bit of a grappler himself. I don't know about grappling T-Ferg over here. Tony Ferguson's a menace, but...
Is Jens Pulver a top 5 lightweight of all time?
I mean, in his time. In his time.
Well, he
I
had
mean,
the belt.
according to the stats,
And how many lightweight champions have there been?
Actually, I don't know the numbers, bro. Do you know the numbers?
Exactly. There's only been a few. Think about it. There's only been a few, and he's been a champion. So is he a top 5 lightweight of all time? These are things that any beat BJ Penn,
I mean,
who
that
people think is the GOAT.
BJ Penn was amazing. He was amazing.
until he went like an absolute crackhead later in life.
Yeah,
Don't call the guy a
it's
crackhead.
that's
'cause he
why
got
we
knocked
have
out
to
by a
ask the
bouncer,
question.
right? Just because he got knocked out by some random bouncer, that doesn't mean
That
he was
wasn't a bouncer.
crackhead.
That was some out of shape linebacker that knocked him out. Okay, but hey,
You know what it is? Put some fucking respect on BJ Penn's name. Fuck y'all.
listen. I'm just saying, Jens Pulver. I think we got to start talking about him different, man. People forget, man. Like he was a champion.
Pulver has just taken T-Ferg's back, so maybe
he might be top 5 all time. People don't want to talk about it.
Fully taken Tony Ferguson's back now. I imagine he would just go for. I think he just went for the
Exactly.
RMC.
See, look, everybody's saying he was the first lightweight champion in UFC history. Exactly. He was the first. And how many champions have there been at lightweight? Remember, that division didn't exist for a while. They scrapped it and then brought it back.
I mean,
Okay.
McGregor, Dustin Poirier could be, but that's 3.
Dustin Poirier was not a champion. He was an
Was he
interim
not?
champion. He was an interim
Okay.
champion. He was not a
So
real
replace him
champion.
with Charles, then that's 3.
Okay, there's been 12. Okay, I thought, oh,
12
you've
lightweight
asked
champions?
too many times without there being an answer. So there's been 12.
No way. No way there's been 12
I
lightweight
feel sorry
champions.
for Drake.
In the UFC?
And I've
UFC,
seen
yes,
like
in the UFC, motherfucker, in the UFC.
Who?
I'll read them after this. Let's give these guys some
Let's
fucking
give them
credit,
these
man.
two, and we can have this
fucking
discussion
end
afterwards.
of round 1, and I've been asked 20 times how many fucking lightweight champions there have been.
this is like a
Damn it,
DC commentary right now.
The Jens Pulver pick had me thinking, you know? It got me thinking. I'm like, damn, man.
Okay, so a
might
genuine
be.
question with 10 seconds left. Who the hell's winning this? Because, like, Jenny Pulver started this. Tony ended up on top. And Jenny Pulver, according to the stats, is leading this. Okay. So, apologies to these two. Round 1 in the bag. Jenny Pulver taking the first round. Let's see how the rest of this goes, shall we?
Let's see.
Right, touch him up. Round 2 underway. Pretty even in terms of health and stamina statistics. A little bit of an advantage to Drake.
Let's just act like round 1 was a 10-10. I mean, that's how I think we should look at it. Like it.
Bro, nice combination right there from Tony
That was a
Ferguson.
lovely conversation.
That was a great combination.
No, another little. Everybody's
Oh,
doing
wait, is Drake fighting? Yo,
Yeah.
did I tell you guys that Drake is going to be a future champ here? He's got that Guyanese blood going through his veins right now.
I don't know. You were too busy trying to talk about lightweight champions.
What did you just say, Guyanese?
Yeah, he's Guyanese.
What is that?
Oh, this right here. You see this in the back? Let me go ahead and put that flag. You see that flag? Oh shit, I'm showing it on. That flag right there.
Yeah.
Sorry, everything's backwards for me when it's on here.
So,
That's Guyana.
Guyana.
Okay. Yeah, it's
that
a
what
country
the
in
country's
South
called?
America. Yes, it's called Guyana.
I'm
got the
uncultured
Guyanese
swine,
blood
bro.
going-
Like I don't know, innit? I'm uncultured swine. I'm sorry. I thought I knew all
Yeah.
these countries, but apparently not.
From what Jay told me, his name used to be Guyanese something, and if he's Guyanese, then he's definitely got the blood in his veins to be champion. That's the facts. Okay.
Well, I think Tony Ferguson looks a bit better. He's lost the first round, arguably, looking at the stats, but this time around, the fact it stayed on the feet is so much longer seems to be going into the favour of Tony Ferguson here. Uppercut there, a bit more aggressive. Let Cook trying the uppercut, also following suit. Slowly gassing out though. Body kick there, also landing at the very end. A lovely engagement by both of these guys. Maybe a few more shots landing cleanly is all going to be all she wrote, but you got to land those shots first, which is the difficulty about this.
Yeah.
Like to see a bit more body work. They're both kind of winging a shot and then instantly pulling back, so like a body uppercut. Gonna do a lot.
Nice takedown defense. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, great takedown defense from the Guyanese King Drake. I mean, you know, there's just no way he loses this fight. He probably won round 1 when we weren't paying attention. Hell nah. I will say though, Doc, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're not seeing any body work, because that was definitely the time to.
Oh! Overhand out of nowhere, blocks it in, rolls over now. I don't know, that may have just stolen the round, you're not quite sure. But 30 seconds left on the clock, few elbows now going for the undeniables of annoyance, but you can do side control, which is always a good part there.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Drake Loki just sold the round getting dropped, but he's making it more entertaining for the rest of it for prime time. He's an entertainer, you know. He comes in here to entertain. He's definitely about to take round 3. What can we say? It was a great round for him. I think he just made one simple mistake. I think he's being a little too aggressive, not going to the body enough. I think he's trying to finish him maybe too much. I don't know what he's thinking, but he's like only going to the head, in my opinion. I think what you said was perfectly said, Doc. They're not going to the body at all. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
the head movement is getting crazy in here. Yeah, 98 power will do that to you though.
Yep, 98 power,
Nice
97
flip hook.
speed. I think his chin's something ridiculous as well, though.
98 as well, I think. Hey,
96.
Brie, can you read this?
And with a
Where's the
5-star
sound?
hook as well. Like, the man's got some serious power, and that overhand he landed back in last round was also 5-star, so no wonder it dropped Tony Ferguson that quickly.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jens Pulver has ridiculous stats, low key. I don't know if his grappling stats are good, but his striking stats are kind of ridiculous.
94 takedowns, 93 top, 89 bottom, but I mean the rest of it's solid 90s, ground striking of 95 as well. Like, across the board, Pulver's pretty solid in his grappling. If he wants to keep it down him, even if he can get a top mount, he can do some serious damage with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Tony Ferguson's the one who needs to pick up the pace, though. John Bray off the scorecards from round 1 and the drop in round 2. 2 stuns may work in his favour. Judges could go weird and wild ways, but so far he's definitely losing this so far.
He's looking for a sub, maybe. I mean, Tony does have a lot of subs from bottom. Oof, this is not good right here. We got it, though. Okay.
Yeah.
A minute 40. Another takedown. God damn, Woolie's trying to wrestle. Okay, we're in sprawl. Nice denial from Drake. He gets up. Okay, we're on the fence of the clinch. I mean, Drake has a stamina advantage.
Again, the bodies basically looks like it's untouched. I think if either of these guys were doing body work throughout this entire fight, you would see a massively different fight here because it's all been about that.
Oh my gosh, man. It's crazy how great a round he had last round, Drake, and now this round he's kind of just... It's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Nah, bro, this Wooly guy has ostarine in his veins or something, bro. What are we doing?
You say ostriches?
No, ostarine. Steroids? Yeah, he's cheating, okay? What are we doing here? Like, PrimeTime needs to get their testing policies better.
Oh.
I don't know if that's enough. I don't think
it is, but
I don't think that's enough.
What will we say? Well, the Militech Fighting Championship.
Yeah,
yes, it does.
James motherfucking Pulver gained the
It must be
victory.
the scorecard.
I mean, I'll bring it back. We'll go back. We'll have a little look. I don't think they're going to show it, but
he'll be back. Drake was trolling. That's all that was.
29,
10,
30, 27,
10?
30, 28. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, so that first round was a draw. I was right when I said that. The second round, they
Judge 1 scored the second round of the draw, which is weird enough as it is.
That's weird, yeah.
So, just to fucking entertain the curiosity of the one and only Roger Warhol, I have the list here. It said 12, but I read 11. We had Jens Pulver, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, Benson Henderson, Anthony Pettis, Rafael Dos Anjos, Eddie Alvarez, Conor McGregor, Khabib, Charles, and Islam. There you go.
It's crazy because I remember all those champions, but when you say it, when you think about it, when you think about it and say who's the top 5 lightweights, it doesn't. All those names don't come up for some reason. But okay, so I guess Jens Pulver's not top 5. Okay, I think it's safe to say he's not top 5. But I thought it was interesting to bring up. Okay. I do remember all those guys being champion, but you kind of forget. You know, it's kind of like it slips your mind because some of those they got the belt and lost it like right away though.
Yeah.
Like Anthony Pettis, did he even defend the belt? He lost it like immediately, did he not?
Anthony Pettis?
So did I think Benson Henderson defended it a few times, maybe.
Yeah, so I mean,
you know,
the shortest out of all of them, out of absolutely all of them, the shortest champion was Eddie Alvarez. Anthony Pettis was a champion for 1 year, 6 months.
Yeah, but how many title fights? I think the title fights matter because you can hold the belt for. You know,
I don't know, man. We're digressing into more things that we're not going to conversate about.
We
right
can
now.
do it as a PrimeTime podcast one time. Discuss the entire lightweight lineage or something. We'll do it for then.
But I feel like he did defend. I'm pretty sure he defended. Either way.
I feel like Eddie didn't, but we moved.
Yeah, no, he didn't. He definitely didn't.
We don't count interim champs. It's not a real champ. Sorry. It's not a real champ. I like Dustin, but it's just we can't do that. Okay, what kind of precedent are we setting here? My bad. I'm not trying to
he's gonna get a belt anyway.
To change the subject, bro. This is the only subject you've spoken about for like 50 minutes. We were. This is the only subject
MMA.
man has talked about for
I like
fucking ever.
MMA. Sue me. Okay, maybe I like MMA. Okay. Oh,
you know the funny thing is, we all love MMA, bro. But there's a time and there's a fucking place. We're calling fights. We're calling fights, bro. These co-main event guys are literally dying of old age as they're waiting for us to get to them.
to give the chat something to think about. You know, trying to give these guys something to talk about here. You know, it's kind of looking dead in the chat. Figured I'd bring some life to it.
Of course, Roger. Of course, mate. A pillar of the community, as always. A man of the people. Roger Warhol is his name. But we move onwards, lads, to the co-main event of this evening. BK Viper up against Final Bloke. Should be a fun one. Welterweight is the division, and unless these guys fuck me over as well, we're having Kamaru Usman up against Leon Rocky Edwards. We'll have to see if they switch it up. I will hate them forever if they do.
No, I think these are the ones they're sticking with. Let me get the 278 Leon, which is I think the one that head kicked him.
Yeah, I think that's the best version of Leon. I'm pretty sure that's the best version.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't have that version of Leon because of the man already has 4 alter egos, and it seems like overkill.
Yeah, you know who has too many alter egos?
Not
Chael
Conor
Sonnen.
McGregor, weirdly.
Yeah, not Connor. I think that Chael Sonnen alter ego kind of pissed me off. That's the one that they made the easiest to unlock, and it's like the worst version of Chael, I'm pretty sure, too.
I mean, there's about 7 versions of Rampage.
Yeah. That sounds like you're being racist because you don't want to have more Rampage Jacksons, but hey, whatever, you know?
No, you only need about 2.
Yeah. Well,
It's like heavyweight. Anyhow, we're digressing again. Let's not. Let's actually give these co-main event a good spot. And then both these guys are striking the right final block. A man who's 2-0, looking to make it 3-0 tonight against Viper. A man who has been through the turntables of turntables.
Oh my
1 2,
gosh.
rank number 8 on a +1. And right now he's facing probably one of the toughest challenges up and coming in the rankings. Close to a title shot, arguably, especially at 2-0. 3-0 could even lead him to such, especially in this co-main position, but that is yet to be seen as these two start engaging like all hell has broken loose and
Yo,
chaos.
it's a brawl.
Yeah, I mean, let them have it.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Viper has yet to pick up on that rear hook, and he's getting caught coming in. He need to shoot a takedown. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why you trying to brawl with Leon. It's not working.
Yeah, I mean, this Usman does have force of nature, and the fat final block has gotten so quick to work so early, landed so much damage. Means this force of nature perk has not had to come out at all, and it's mean that he doesn't have to be careful of how he engages. He can engage, he can trade, he can do the damage, get out, and then just be ready to pop him in 2 shots again afterwards, as you see there with a straight landing cleanly.
Yeah, that jab rear hook is like money right now for final block. Viper is yet to pick up on it, and Viper's doing a really good job of distance management and picking his time to throw his hands instead of just. He's not blindly brawling. He's picking his shots a lot better than Viper.
Nice, beautiful
takedown,
takedown, man. Timing is on point as it
It
gets.
was a good takedown. I just can't, you know. It was a good takedown.
Damn, bro,
It
it's
was a really
always.
good takedown. But damn, you made him whiff a head kick. You should have threw a punch. He dropped you twice. That takedown does nothing for you with a minute left, and he got reversed. These are just things to think.
I mean, it slows down the pace, it changes stuff up. There's arguments to be made each way, but just having to force him to reset may be a good idea, especially when you don't know if your counters are necessarily going to connect fully.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing a great job, but, you know, it's up to final block. He could either continue this momentum and do as good as he's doing, or he could pull in Maroof and just choke the fight, as, you know, Maroof tends to always do. You know, it's one of those things that could happen. Yeah, poor Maroof, you know?
Well, into the next round we go.
Yeah, great striking from Leon Rocky Edwards, but man, that takedown was just too picture perfect, and it's really going to keep
That was a good
bro. It's going to keep it in Leon's mind right now for the rest of this fight. Oh my goodness, man! The final blow is landing the thunderous.
It might be.
That's
It might be.
beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
But it's
Jesus.
like, somebody needs to check his gloves. He might have like something in those wraps. I'm telling you, the impact of every shot that he threw did not sound natural. It sounded like he had bricks in those gloves. Like genuinely, they were some impactful shots. Final blow with a victory here this evening. Beautiful, beautiful time.
You gotta start watching out. That Viper's not an easy opponent. He made that look easy too. So, final block might be the new hotness, you know, if you will.
Bro, he did fantastic. He did absolutely fantastic. I mean that was a pretty sensational and dominant victory. I mean, obviously he was able to get the early stun. Did get taken down in a big way, but then basically just one-way traffic for the vast majority of that outside of the takedown. So we sorry, I was just reading the little chat. we should be having our main event. We're just waiting on Markuss, actually, at the moment. The main event currently, we did have a poster, but there's been a couple of changes, a little bit of fuckery. Markuss was available, then he wasn't available, now he's available again. So we had changed the graphic, changed it back, and then we've just had to go without one for the poster here this evening. But we are meant to be having Maxy representing the one and only Regicide. Been a very, very dominant opponent on both the Xbox and the PlayStation side. Maxy, absolutely a threat to the entire division. Markuss, on the other hand, Roger, you well know, this guy, he's a low-key killer, man. He's been building his name quite rapidly here at PrimeTime MMA.
Yeah, I will say, Markuss has gotten significantly better. People might have been hating on him at first or whatever they might have thought, but in my opinion, in this past month, maybe more, he's made leaps and strides in his skill set, whether it be striking or grappling. I mean, the dude, he's just gotten better. I mean, and that's all you can really, that's what you really hope for, is for him to get better, and that's what he's done. And now he had a title fight last week. I missed it, obviously, but here he is back in the main event. That just shows you how entertaining and how people here at PrimeTime obviously love him. Well, I've been saying, Markuss is that guy, and people were hating on me, just like you guys were hating on me earlier for talking about lightweight, even though we gotta wait for him anyway. See, I knew this was gonna happen. That's why I was talking about it.
I have to put you in your fucking place, right? Now would have been the time to bring up such a riveting conversation, my man. You can't be fucking doing it during a fight, and then when we are waiting, we need to, a little bit of filler. When we need a little bit of filler, Roger stumped. He doesn't have anything to say because he said it all during my man's fight, fucking 5 fights ago. Like, I don't know what this guy's doing. I think you hit your head on the same tree as Bree.
I have something to say. What do you mean? Listen, I'm just saying, I knew something like this was coming up, and I figured now is the time we could talk about the lightweight division and how Jens Fulber is, obviously he's not now, but in my opinion, I saw somebody earlier say BJ Penn was lightweight go, and I just have to simply disagree with that. I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably Islam or Charles, but hey, whatever. A lot of old people think BJ Penn's a lightweight GOAT. I think if you're above the age of 35, you probably think BJ Penn's lightweight GOAT, which is fine. He's not, but it's fine. Think that.
I mean, look, honestly, from the list as a whole, if we are going back to that conversation, it is hard to say that it isn't Khabib. To be honest with you, like, I think Khabib might be, like, in terms of who is the actual best fighter. I think it's hard to not say him. He was dominant in so many of his matches. But the name, the schedule of lightweight is so strong. Like, as a whole, it really, really is.
Yeah. Well, the only reason why I say I put a lot of weight on title defense, right? And the only reason why I say it's Islam or Charles is because Islam right now, I think he has the most title defenses. But if we're going to talk about the title defenses between him and Charles, his title defenses mainly come against featherweights. Okay, and then you could say Charles defended nothing against nothing but lightweights, right? So I wouldn't be mad if you say either or. I think it's 1A, 1B on that one. But I think if Islam, like I said, he's defended. I'm not trying to be that guy, but he's only defended. He defended against Volk twice, and now he might be fighting Ilya. That's 3 lightweight title defenses, or featherweight title defenses, basically. What are we doing here? Okay, what are we doing here? We got to talk about this. This is crazy. It's getting out of hand, in my opinion. And then his other title defense was Dustin Poirier, who, listen, I'm a huge Dustin fan, but he was clearly not his prime anymore. He's about to retire now. That was his last fight, and he's about to fight one more time and then retire. What does that say about Islam's title run right now? Right now, in my opinion, Charles' title run looks a little more impressive, but Islam has more. Right? It's just like I said, it's just a discussion I think needs to be had.
Not wrong, lads. You're not wrong. I will just take 1 second. What we're gonna do, because I don't know where the fuck Markuss is, and I may send out some sort of firing squad to literally assassinate this man. I'm putting money down on it because the fuckery today is beyond.
This main event.
it's beyond. But look, what we're going to do is we are going to take a short intermission of about 60 seconds, and then we're either going to come back with Markuss ready to go with a firm fucking boot print across his fucking ass, or we're hopefully going to have a replacement. Either way, we're going to try and get this main event sorted, so we do apologize about the delays. These live cards, anything can happen. Scatter. Bro, I'll take this opportunity for two things. Somebody said, Sares, what is the story behind you going bald? Male pattern baldness, my man. I started losing it a little here, and we'll probably see the outline of it. I started losing it a bit here, and I said, let's go bald, and that's it. Do it so I can forever lie to myself and say that I can still grow hair. It's now forever a choice rather than letting it get bad. On the other hand, Scatter, you are a fucking freak. I don't know what you're doing. Please stop speaking such weirdness in these chats. I swear this guy is suspected of gooning the entire event, and this is meant to be a fucking MMA, an MMA community. You are a weirdo, bro. I don't know.
Well, in all fairness, Chase Hooper's a gooner. He said it on the mic after he beat. What was that dude? He just beat.
Did you say Chase Hooper? That's not Scatter,
What?
though.
Yeah, but Chase Hooper said he was gooning too much before the Jim Miller fight. He did say that.
But how does that tie into Scatter being a freak?
Well, gooning is a strong part of the MMA community now.
Whilst watching?
Hey, man, I don't make the rules. Chase Hooper said it, not me, man.
Oh my God, what is this conversation?
Roger, mate, honestly,
what is going on tonight?
You literally hurt my mind. It hurts to listen to you sometimes. But it's such shit, bro. Egging this guy on. Either way, we're going to take this intermission. We do apologize about the delay. Hopefully, we'll have something to close this out very, very, very shortly. What is going on, you fucking beautiful bunch of savages? We appreciate you sticking with us through this short intermission. We have been able to save the main event. I will just put out there that Markuss, there is a genuine hit squad out for you. I put real money on your head, and hopefully they collect that contract very, very shortly. That bounty is going to get increasingly large until he is found. For right now, though, big fucking shout-outs. Big shout-out to Maxy. Yeah, well, I was going to say big shout-out to Maxy for being incredibly flexible and staying with us, obviously, throughout all of the opponent changes. But big fucking shout-out.
His third opponent.
To his third opponent of the night. The one and only
Markuss
fucking Dave. Nah, Markuss can suck a dick. He can suck a fucking bag of them. Absolute fuck. Not a chance in hell, Markuss. Not a chance in hell. I don't know what's happening, but I don't think you're fighting here again this season, my man. Fuck my life. We'll deal with this again. I'm semi-playing, but also I'm not. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. We're gonna get into this main event. Long awaited. You know what? I'm ready for it, man. Let's get the shit done. Maxy up against Dave. For those that don't know, I spent most of the day today. We've got some new emotes up. These guys, both their camps are represented. We have What Remains, which I believe Maxy's in What Remains. I could be fucking completely wrong, considering what my mind's at.
Last I heard, he's in WR, yeah.
Yeah, he's in What Remains. So we have What Remains, bunch of the top camps currently on either division. And of course, we have, is it AKA Dave? No, it is AKA Dave.
Yeah,
my mind's in the fucking gutter right now.
They said that Maxy's in Reg now.
Maxy's in Regicide? Okay. Well, do you know what the funny thing is? We've also got Regicide. So fucking, there you go. Support you guys. They ain't wasting any time. They've been waiting in the wings long enough, and they're getting it going.
Just brawl, have fun, put on a fucking good fight. Jesus Christ. Get all this aggression out in the cage, and both of these off to a decent start. A lot of damage on the point, and is that Prime Vault?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, nice to see Prime Vault getting used.
Oh my gosh. It might be over.
Oh
no way.
Jeez, buddy.
There's no way.
Oh,
there's no way.
There's no way.
We waited all that time just for it to end like that.
Oh, lovely reversal there. Goes into the side control now. 5 rounds to work. A lot of time. Does go for the power transition. Does manage to deny though, which is pretty impressive given they are playing at a bit higher altitude than probably both of these guys are used to. But that's sometimes the way it goes in these octagons, and especially on the short notice side. Oh,
nah, that's over.
Oh, that's over.
Good night, sir.
Oh, well, that fight took less time than we had to wait for these motherfuckers. That's incredible. Look, Maxy meant fucking business here this evening. Shout out to Dave for taking this on short notice, but Maxy's just him right now. He needed an opportunity to showcase his skills. Dave was the dance partner, and let's be real, Dave taking this fight on short notice, right? He is double champion. He's one of the only double champions in primetime history. Multiple-time PlayStation champion. And Maxy just made a statement.
He probably didn't have a warm-up, in all fairness.
No, he didn't. He absolutely didn't.
He probably literally just turned his PlayStation.
No, he genuinely did. That's why we were buying time. He had to turn that shit on. And I just want, let's peel back the curtain a little bit, right? Respects to Maxy. We're going to see him fly up in the rankings. He's got some big opportunities coming ahead. I just want to say, after all of this, right, the response that we have had from Markuss, he's reappeared. His response was, bruh. That was his only response, because he's now suspended. I don't know if you know this. Markuss, but there's a certain date and time for you to be available. And you weren't fucking available, my man. You weren't available. Fuck. Lads, if you want to go bold real quick, if you want to go bold or grey, you want to run an esports league or an esports community like this. If you want high blood pressure, if you want just an eternal rage that burns inside you, please set up a league. We fully support it.
Yeah, if you want to know how stupid people can be, it's one of the best showcases of human ingenuity I think I've ever seen. It is a fun time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
outside of the main event, I mean, even then, both they put on a good fight, ended in a one round. You can't really complain. You had fight of the nights like Trixie, like Viper. I mean, across the board, from top to bottom, this card has been a solid card. You've seen a lot of debuts, a lot of up-and-coming artists who have put on. Some of them have won, some of them have lost, but good card, and that has been PT166 here tonight, Cyrus.
Yeah, 100% PT166 in the book. For all the fuckeries, this might go down as one of our maddest events to date. Like, if you guys knew the back-end juggling that we have done, I think you would appreciate the true fuckery that we deal with. And that's why sometimes we get a little strict about things. It's why that we have put in long suspensions in the past. But look, we're not gonna end on that note. We appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out Roger Warhol. We'll be linking him in the chat in a moment. Make sure to follow this guy. He streams on basically every day at ungodly hours, but he streams. So make sure to give this guy a follow. Entertaining as fuck, from his IRL streams to his gaming. Absolutely worth a follow. Dr. Motherfucking Who, the little engine that could. Thank you once again, brother, for joining us here this evening. Shout out to all the competitors that turned up on time and did their thing here this evening. We will be back next week with PrimeTime 167. Until then, join the raid at the end. We are going to be showing some love to somebody else in the community. Stay safe. Enjoy the UFC, I think, which is on later. Much love. Peace out.